going on, guys? Today we are making chicken pozole. My wife's family, they make it. It's a traditional soup for them. They make it on special occasions, birthdays, holidays and whatnot. It's a little bit time consuming, but we got it down to where it's basic ingredients. It's gonna be not super fast, but it's gonna be faster than the way my mother-in-law would make it. Our ingredients for today, we're gonna need some cilantro, some ANAHEIM peppers, a couple jalapeños, a purple onion, and some tomatillos. Now, a tomatillo has this husk on it, and we're gonna need to peel these. So we're gonna make sure that we peel all those off, and we wanna wash them before we even get started. We're also gonna use some chicken stock. We have a chicken here, of course, and then I have this massive can of hominy. Now, a little disclaimer. We love a lot of hominy in our pozole. Normally, it would be a 28-ounce can. This is, I think, 108 ounces. So it's quadruple. I'm not quadrupling the recipe. I'm just quadrupling the amount of hominy I'm putting in. Okay? We got that out of the way. So let's get started. For our chicken, we're gonna take a whole chicken here and I'm gonna set them down. Now, I will say, we can make this soup really fast if I buy a roasted chicken that you would buy at the market or wherever you go to the store and they have one. I do that sometimes just to make it go a little quicker. We're gonna make our chicken today rather than do that. So we have our whole chicken here and we're just gonna cut him into the 8 pieces that our chicken should be cut into. Our pot, we have some water. I'm gonna take, let's say 3 pinches of salt, probably about 3 to 4 tablespoons, and then I'm gonna just put probably about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half of pepper. Don't breathe it. Then we're just gonna take our chicken and we're gonna put it in. And then we're gonna put it on high. We wanna bring it to a boil and then put it at probably a medium boil. I'm gonna take a lid, cover it, looking at maybe about half hour to 45 minutes. Our onion, we're just gonna take it, we're gonna cut it in half, and we're not looking for super fine cuts on this. This is all gonna get blended together. Just looking for it to be kind of a rough cut. We'll set that aside. And then our tomatillos, I washed and peeled them. We're just gonna half them. We're also gonna cut up our jalapeños. Now again, if you don't want it to be spicy, omit the seeds. And if you want to learn how to take the seeds out, watch this video that we did last week. It'll show you how to take the seeds out. I mean, we don't care. We want it to be a little spicy. So I'm just going to cut these in half because they're pretty big and then cut them into pieces. Do the same thing with this one. It's a little smaller. Our ANAHEIMs, same thing. Take off the stem. We'll leave those seeds in there and we're just going to cut it into pieces. So I have one ANAHEIM left. The reason why, those jalapeños, as I was cutting them, they smell really spicy. So I'm not going to put both of these. We have 7 tomatillos, a whole onion, 2 jalapeños, and 1 ANAHEIM chili in there. Now, if you have the time, you can lay these on a sheet tray, stick them in your oven for 20 to 25 minutes, a little bit of oil and salt on them. It'll be great. I'm gonna cook mine in my cast iron, so let's go do that. Pan's hot, I put some oil on it, enough to cover the bottom. We're gonna take our produce, slide it all in there, and we want this to brown. I'm just gonna put some salt, about a pinch, a couple turns of pepper, and that's it. We're gonna let it sit there. I'm probably gonna turn it down to medium heat. So, ANAHEIM chili. The reason I took it out, I don't want my chili flavor to be so overpowering in this. I want you to taste the tomatillo, so we omitted the last ANAHEIM. Here's kind of what we're looking for. It's got a little bit of charring. Our jalapeños and onions are taking on some color. So we're just gonna flip these. My tomatillos, they actually get squishy, which is what I want. Now, we're gonna put it all in the blender. I'm gonna take half of that bunch of cilantro and I'm just gonna rip it in half. We're putting stems and all in. Then I'm just gonna take this and start to throw all this goodness in there. I always have organic chicken stock on hand in my cupboards. So I'm gonna take one of these because our chicken still is cooking. And I'm gonna pour about a cup to a cup and a half in there. Actually, I probably got a little more than that, but that's okay. We're gonna blend this. We want it to be smooth. Blended it for about 30 seconds more or less, and now we have just this beautiful, really salsa is what it looks like, but it's gonna be the base to our soup. Our chicken's done, we're gonna take that out, and we're gonna talk about peeling it or leaving it whole. Our hominy. So we have a can of organic hominy here. It's basically corn that's gone through a process called nixtamalization. We always try to buy organic corn. There's just certain things that we don't budge on. This can, we actually have to pre-order, so we actually have a few of them in our garage. So I'll put a link in the description for the kind that we use. We order from Amazon, it comes in a couple days, but always try to buy organic. Now I am gonna drain this off and rinse it because it is in just water and sea salt. So this can be a little salty. So we're just gonna drain it into our colander and rinse it in the sink. We have our chicken stock here. Our chicken is over there. We need to pull it apart. I'm just gonna take all of our wonderful green salsa and I'm gonna pour it in there. I have all of my hominy here and I'm gonna pour that in as well. So our hominy is all in there. We're gonna bring it to a boil. Now, we're gonna shred our chicken. If I wanted to make this vegetarian, all I would do would be buy vegetable stock or make vegetable stock, whatever you wanna do. Throw the hominy in, bring it to a boil, and then you're done. We're adding chicken, so we have one more step. Our chicken is done. We're gonna peel off the skin, and this is up to you. Do you wanna shred the chicken or put it back in whole? I like to shred it. So we're just gonna take all this chicken off the bone. I have another bowl here, and I'm just gonna start peeling my chicken. In my family, I actually grew up eating menudo. That's what my grandma made, which is another traditional Mexican soup. This is something that we had when we went to other people's houses because my grandma didn't make it. When me and my wife got married, 18 years ago now? 18 years ago?
Yeah.
So when we got married 18, we don't even know how long we've been married. When we got married, her family, this is something they do, and it's delicious. My mother-in-law taught me how to make it, and it can be very tedious and time-consuming, but we just kind of took it to a more simpler way of doing it. It still tastes amazing. There is a red pozole that uses pork, which I absolutely love as well. I still have not ventured out to make that because I don't want to take the time to make it, but ask your Mexican friends or your Latin friends to make it for you, or find a great restaurant and buy it. And we shredded our chicken, and our chicken goes in. We're covering it back up. We're gonna wait for it to come to a boil, simmer for about 20 minutes. We came to a boil, we simmered for 25 minutes. Now we're ready to eat. I'm just gonna put some avocado on it. I also have some lime wedges here, and I'm gonna just drizzle some lime in there. Now, we usually put, or everyone usually puts cabbage in it, like sliced up cabbage. I actually can't eat cabbage. I usually put shredded lettuce or something along those lines. I actually don't have any lettuce right now, but I do have some microgreens from the other day. And we have our chicken pozole. Now, I'm gonna attempt to try this. I don't like scalding hot foods. My wife actually loves it. She could drink lava probably if she really wanted to. So this is really hot, so we're gonna give it a second to cool down. But I just wanna take a minute, not even a minute, I wanna take a second, and I wanna thank you guys for your comments, for your likes, for subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me. So go do those 3. We're gonna try this pozole, see how it tastes. It's delicious. It's creamy because of the hominy, but still has a bite to it. The chicken's cooked perfectly. The soup in there is delicious. It balances really well the chili and the sweetness of the tomatillo. It's absolutely delicious. I hope you guys make this. Share it with someone. Drop off some to someone. If you make it, tag me in your Instagram post or your Facebook post. I would love to see how you guys made it. So have a good night, guys. We'll see you soon. Disclaimer here. We usually put, or everyone usually puts cabbage in it, like sliced up cabbage. I actually can't eat cabbage. It gives me really bad gas.
No.
Really bad.
Say that.
Why? That's funny.
No.